Oh, good morning. Good morning. Ugh. Oh, I'm so tired. All right. It's 3:30 in the morning. I woke up at like 2. I did go to bed at like 7 though. Um so what I want to do right now is first go over some builds that I would recommend and then some builds that the builds that I'm going to try. Of course, the first build that I would recommend would have to be the Blitz Warlord. Just fairly simple. Easy to do. Right? Get something like this. Eh. Like, the option of doing this versus doing Oleron's Rage is kind of a tough call. For, like, when you're first leveling up. Because Oleron's Rage is a lot of damage. But you run out a lot of skill points. You don't really need this as much. See, that's the problem, is you're starting to run out of skill points to put things into at this point. Probably drop that to 5. Because you need to max this out. Rest the points in this. Because this is offensive ability, and you want that offensive ability. I should probably reduce that to get more of this. Yeah, that seems about right. Then just doing a physical blitz warlord. Just kind of standard blitz devotions in this case to be more tanky. Cry. Guardians, probably. How much do I need for this? 18? Probably Hound. It's 12, so I need 6 more. Probably Sailor's Guide. Now I need purples, right? Yeah. Oh, this requires that. Nah, probably not taking that then. It is nice. This is a lot of armor. But it's mostly retaliation stuff. CC res is nice on this. Oh, one more purple? Yeah. Need that yellow? No, we don't need that yellow. Percent cunning is really nice. Put guardians here and switch this to blitz. Virus has no skill, but that's fine. If I could get one more point for crab, that'd be nice. Do I need shield? Yeah, I need it. For the 3, 11. I could probably drop shield in this case. If I just pick up this. Right? And now I can drop this. Yeah. This is nice because it gives flat internal trauma, but it's just not really worth it, actually. And let's grab crab. Because crab is a good defensive layer on top of everything else. And we can drop this. We have 3 points. If we had one more point, we could get this and put it on Virus Might. But we don't. Probably take this then. And put this on Virus Might. This cleanse is really nice. It's a good ass saver. So just something like this. Thrown together, I guess. But we could take Wizard instead of Sailor's Guide, and then finish Ultos, or Ulta, or Ulo, and get Poison Chaos and CC Res, which would actually probably be better for us if we just 1, 2, 3, then. I'm still kind of playing with this. I don't really know exactly what I would do with it. But yeah, this is probably what I would do for starting devotions on this build. This is tried and true. This is probably going to work. Just the Blitz weapon, the Blitz shield, the Blitz helmet, the Blitz medal, the Blitz. The thing is, like, Blitz has. Why can't I just select the. I only want rare items. Blitz has so much stuff. I'd probably honestly change it a bit. And add like a Righteous Fervor in there. There's no Blitz rings, I don't believe. Oh, there is. But they're elemental. No. No. Why is my other computer fucking up? Epic. Juggernaut. Rings. All you have is Gargaballs. Yeah, I'd probably actually go for that then. just farm this in Elite, because Elite will scale up. I mean, you could farm it in Ultimate, but Gargoyle's very dangerous in all. Actually, you could probably farm it in Normal. You could probably kill him in Normal and be fine. Because I think it scales pretty. I think it scales almost to 94 in Normal. And in this case, change it up a little bit. Drop some of these points. To give 1 point in this, 1 point in that, 1 point in these. Just because just Righteous Fervor would be just kind of a side piece thing that you do when your Blitz is on cooldown. Just have Blitz here. As always, I say Dreeg. Always go Dreeg. Put Buyer's Might here, and then put Riftstalker here. Warcry here. Oh, no, not there. Warcry here. With... No, wait. I'm mistaken. I'm way too early in the morning for this shit. Ascension and Overguard. No other buttons to push? No. Yeah. Then just something like this. Just grabbing one of these, like, physical damage chests. This one probably, internal trauma is not, what is, it's blindside, isn't it? Yeah. The Elite Mammoth chest would be pretty good. The reason for that is because, in the League you can put affixes on the, well, you could, I don't know if you can in this current patch, but you could put affixes on the vendor gear, which makes it better than most MIs, actually. So for starter gear, the vendor gear is really, really good, if you can find one that works for your build. Corvin... Gargoyle Spines. Gargoyle Spines are going to be our best spines because they give Blitz and Resilience. Dreeg. Dreeg pants are best pants because they give % offensive ability. Faction. Attack speed. Faction. Phys res. So this is kind of what I would probably go with. You need 992 physique at least. So 30 points? No, let's go down. So 27 points into physique should be fine. 20 points into spirit. 26 points into spirit. Why? My computer is fucking up. My other computer. Yeah. 392. So 18, and then the rest in cunning. And with your affixes, you really want to focus on getting offensive ability and physical damage. Did I go overcap? I did. Here. Here. These are fine. Fine. We can pump this a little bit. Drop down to 6. You only really need 6 here. Increase this. This gives you attack speed and armor. and elemental resistance when you're doing it, and defensive ability. So I'd probably pump this one up as much as you can. Yeah. Might want to put more points into this at some point because minus reflective damage. If you're in hardcore, pump this instead because minus reflective damage is nice. You could have also pumped the the procs to get them closer to 100%. So you're proccing these all the time too. But your auto attacks are just kind of secondary. Your blitz is going to be 99% of your damage, and you'll be blitzing every so often, like pretty much all the time. Phys res 26% without any affixes. You're overcapped on Aether and Stun already, well overcapped on Stun. Overcapped on Bleed. So you need to make sure you get your resistances from all this. Components. I'd probably start with, what's it called? Not the Aether one, the Chaos one. Chaos. You could do a shield one here too. Like getting the fit, like the what's it called? The pierce resistance. But just getting your resistances up on your weapons like that. And now if you get like you'll have 6% over chaos res. You could do one salt, one that, so that now you'll have overcap. You'll have 83 Aether and you'll have 83 chaos, which is really nice. As far as this goes, you want ones with flat damage on it. The internal trauma is okay. But flat damage is your most important thing. Because you're doing a lot of weapon damage, and flat damage adds to the weapon damage. When leveling this, I would probably, until you essentially get through normal, I would probably just level this as like a combination between, I'd probably use it as a two-handed, use more Force Wave than Blitz. It's like Force Wave Blitz is kind of a, like, get the Blitz gear, but focus on Force Wave first. Because Force Wave is very spammy, very easy to deal with. 122% attack speed, not bad, with no affixes. Run speed, so you need a Mark of the Traveler. Definitely need a Mark of the Traveler. Physical damage, 1500% without affixes, that's really good. Lifesteal is 0%, so you would like to have some affixes with lifesteal on them. Offensive ability is 2500 without affixes, so you want some affixes that give you that. Phys res 26%. Armor 3000 with 86% absorption without any things. You'd probably throw armor plating. This and this here. Because it makes you so much more tanky. You're at 97% absorption here with just those two pieces of thing, and you're at 3300 armor, so that's like a big amount of damage you can do. I don't know what's happening with my other computer, so I can't see chat right now. I'm sorry. My other computer is just like fucking up really hard. Yeah, this is kind of how I would look at this build. And to level it, I would probably just do cleaver. Oh wow, what the hell's going on? Two-handed axe. Force wave. Honestly, any ring would help, but what rings would I probably level with? You can't get the faction ones early on. Cronley's rings, probably. Just because they have, what's it called? Attack speed on it. And attack speed is really nice. There we go. Yeah, attack speed is always really nice. Attack speed is always really nice to have on a ring. And just have the lower level like whatever chest piece and stuff you can get. Would probably drop this almost all the way. Keep this for the reduced OA. Increase this. Devotions. Pop this on the force wave, I guess. No reason not to. Force wave here. And it's still the same principle as the other build. Like, you're just doing the same thing, except for you're doing force wave as a main attack rather than blitz. But you're still blitzing off of cooldown because it's going to be your, what's it called? And then put the two-handed augment on, of course. This one. And probably... yeah, imbued silver, that's fine. So yeah, this would be the version of the build I would level with until I got all of my blitz gear. So this is what I would go through normal with. So I go through normal with this, and then swap to this. That's how I'd do that. Let's see, is my other computer working it? Then of course you could go into the end game version that's in the top 20 build. I would not use Chains of Anguish though. That's That's a big no. I think they're. I mean, it's probably fine now, right now, because it's like, yeah. But once the patch comes out, Chains of Anguish is dead. I probably still wouldn't use it though. But I'd probably change this a bit. I'd probably change this quite a bit actually. Make this a soldier belt instead of a +1 all skills belt. Do, do, do. I'm gonna record this part. Alright, so with the Grim Dawn Season 6 coming up, I would like to look at some builds that I would probably recommend, as well as the builds that I'm planning on playing. This is all before the Season 6 update comes on, so this is all subject to change, and I'll make an updated video for this as well as what builds I'm planning to play will be updated. But the first recommended build is the tried and true Warlord. This build is ultra tanky. It's fast from start to finish. You start through normal just using like force wave. You just physical force wave. Try to get an obsidian. As soon as you get an obsidian cleaver, it's easy. You're still using blitz with Milton's cask. Get the Shambler's heart to do add more force wave damage. And you're just kind of pushing through until you can get all the blitz gear. Rest of this gear is just kind of what I was using on the other stuff. The only things that really matter are the cleaver, the helmet, and the necklace. If you get these 3 items, you're perfectly fine. For this build, you're just going to be using max out force wave, rending force, and internal trauma. You'll have blitz on here with blindside as your main extra thing. Maxing out field command or like soft capping field command and squad tactics. Scars of Battle. You just have Buyer's Might for a movement skill. You have Celestial Presence, and you're using Divine Mandate as your exclusive skill because it saves points because you've got to go to Celestial Presence anyway. 6 points into Resilience is nice because that's a good circuit breaker. Offensive ability, health, reduced reflected damage. This is very important early on, but like once you get more gear and other stuff, you don't need this as much. You can find other ways to get reduced reflective damage. Ascension, just kind of 1 pointer or a few points in there. It's really nice to have, but not so mandatory for leveling. And yeah, just starting out, this build has pretty good health. There are 0 affixes on any of these gears, by the way, because this is just the base idea of throwing things together. And then when you transition into Ultimate, because you go normal to Ultimate in the league without going to Elite, transition into Blitz as your main skill, and you're going to be using Righteous Fervor as kind of your spam between skills. Getting the Bargle's Root, which you can farm in the dungeon. It's not as good. Like you can get double rares okay in the dungeon, but like with the vendor farm, but you cannot get triple rares very easily. Like you can get a chance to get a triple rare once per game session, and after that you can't get another one. Still got the helmet, but we've changed the necklace to the Bloodbrier's Thorn, which reduces Blitz's cooldown more. Using Warden's Fortress now. Wendigo's Glare, you need to do Gargle anyway. You can do this in normal. Gargle will be the highest level. Like, even in normal, I believe Gargle scales up to level 94. So, you can get the best rings in normal without having to worry about him being ultra dangerous. These give offensive ability, physical damage, bleeding resistance, and plus to Righteous Fervor, which is our kind of filler ability. You want to make sure you have Dreeg's Pants because they give you offensive ability, and offensive ability is king in a physical build because you need to crit to get your thing to proc. These shoulders are pretty nice because they convert vitality to physical damage. You'll get some vitality on your gear sometimes. Plus, they give base offensive ability and blitz, as well as resilience. You really just have to farm gargoyles for these. Going into the new dungeon is probably the best way to farm these. Do it in normal, of course. And then, of course, max out blitz, max out blindside. Blindside will help you crit more because it's 37 or 370 reduced DA. This get your flat physical reduction, just a few points in overguard, a few points in shield training. Scars of Battle gives you close to 100% armor absorption with just 2 components. So that's really nice to have. Makes you a lot tankier. A few points in this for extra armor. 1 point in each of the procs, the default, like the weapon pool skills, so that you can proc off of Righteous Fervor. Maxing out this as much as you can because you want the flat offensive ability from it. Energy regeneration is also kind of nice because this build will be starved on energy. A few points in Ascension. Having this up is nice too because plus 4% offensive ability, but no really need to put more. As before, putting more points into Rebuke is, welcome. Like going between Consecration and Rebuke are the two things that you would put your points into, depending on how much reduced reflective damage you have. As far as devotions go, standard devotions kind of for physical in a lot of ways. Good Tortoise, Dryad to get that heal and bonus armor, Assassin's Mark to get that minus phys res. Pushing down here, getting Empty Throne for resistances, like especially CC resistances. Getting Crab for another defensive layer. Getting Scepter for some more internal trauma and physical damage. It's pretty good for internal trauma. You could change this out to something else. But the percent physical damage, percent health, armor, defensive ability, and internal trauma is really nice. Because Blitz does have a lot of internal trauma damage. Getting this on your Guardians because they'll proc it all the time. And this reduces the enemy's offensive ability, so that makes you a little more tanky, and it gives them impaired aim, which is really nice. You don't have any fumble on this build, unfortunately. More armor from this, health regen. Putting this on Vire's Might, I'd probably actually put this on Righteous Fervor. This keeps you cleansed. It's really nice. It just removes all the debuffs on you every 10 seconds. And it also removes the debuffs on the enemies. Gives you some resistances, CC resistances, health. It's just overall a really good thing to set up to going into this. And this just a lot of armor, a lot of health, and still, a lot of physical damage. This makes you really tanky. Plus the percent cunning is really nice in this build. And this proc right here, it doesn't it's that 20% reduced targets physical damage is so powerful. It's not as good as just reduced targets damage, but this stacks on top of Warcry. So you got reduced damage plus reduced physical damage. So they're going so enemies that you're hitting and that are hitting you are going to be doing far less damage. Plus, you have a very high base armor rating at 3300 without any affixes. Again, I'm not using any affixes on this gear. So this is a Warlord starting build. This is one of the ones I might recommend for a lot of new players. I'll put the Grim Tools, as well as the one that they've released on the top 20 softcore builds. I would probably take out the Chains of Anguish and put something else in for this. But yeah, this is one of the top 20 builds, and I'd change it out a little bit. But I'll put all 3 links in the description below. The next one will be up soon. Videos. this video. What's Warlord? Do do do. Do do. Wait. I changed this a little bit, didn't I? I should probably make a thumbnail for this. No, not age restricted. Show more. I don't want age restricted. What the hell? That's good enough. From Dawn. Public. Go. Okay, so Warlord is done. Gonna keep this one for a while later. That's the Lightning Calidor's Tempest build, right? Yeah. Alright, so this is the second one that I'd probably recommend. This is, of course, the Paladin, Inquisitor, and Oathkeeper. Wait, why is it not going? Yeah, I think I also used box in this build. Box. Presents. It's time to get some breakfast. You. 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 Stormbox. Oh wait, I'll take that. Aura of Censure. The Rune of Callister. What do I need? I need like 6 more blues. Could do tower or what? I'm 3 blue short. Right, I'm 3 blue short. Actually, I'd rather do this because I want the fumble. I'm gonna put that on component. Oh yeah, this build's supposed to use Word of Pain, isn't it? Mace. Yes. It is supposed to use Word of Pain. Not Stormbox. No, I have nothing to convert. Lightning. Amber. There we go. I mean, you could put this on Inquisitor Seal, but I just wouldn't recommend putting anything on Inquisitor Seal. Guardians. Last 5 points. Where am I going to put this? Something defensive. What could I put that on? Liar's Might. Yeah. Yeah, probably just go this. Just pop that on Liar's Might. I mean, you could pop this on Nova and then put this on Inquisitor Seal. Then max out Seal. Max out this as much as you can. I probably actually put this. Yeah. Okay. And then this one's going to be using the Obsidian Bulwark. Not the acid one, but this one, because it gives the 24 reduced targets resistances, so that's why you don't need Elemental Nova. This converts it to lightning damage. You are supposed to use Stormbox in this build, though, because the necklace is Stormbox necklace. Let's reduce this then. That's fine. That's fine. And then we'll pop this on Stormbox instead. And pop this one on Nova. Just gotta look at my buttons. Don't want to have too many buttons. Word of Pain. Drieg. Fire Smite here. Rift Tear here. No, let's put Word of Pain here. Stormbox here. Rune of Callister here. Where's Rune of Callister? Word of Renewal. Inquisitor Seal. Ascension. The problem is this build is kind of a piano build. It's kind of a... You could cut Stormbox out, but the necklace... makes Stormbox really powerful. Stormbox is a really powerful skill in general, but because it also reduces targets' DA. 2 living rings. Just farm these from a vendor. Inquisitor. Doesn't matter what the bonus one is. Still going Drieg. Lightning damage? Or elemental damage. I think elemental damage might be better than lightning damage here. Cold converted to lightning. These are nice though, because they give Fizz cold converted to lightning. These give % armor, so they're really good too. I would probably go with the Gargle. No, those are kind of harder to farm. Maybe Gazers of the Realm then. Because they give % armor. % armor is kind of nice in this build. So this Fizz here is really nice too, and offensive ability. Let's go with these. Lightning damage. Probably Skytorn robes. Those are like just the easiest to get out of all these. Though chose robes are a conversion. Yeah, let's go Skytorn. Cast speed. Legion boots. No overcaps. Oh, I forgot to put points in deadly momentum. I won't point this just because. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of how it looks for now. We need 805. So 805 physique, not so much physique, that's fine. And probably I'd spirit dump the rest of this. I'd probably just spirit dump the rest of this. You need crit, but I'd probably focus on getting offensive ability from crit because you're cunning so low, and cunning doesn't really help anything in this build. Cap movement speed because of word renewal, a little bit of life steal, not much. Cast speed, you need more cast speed, kinda. You don't really need more cast speed in this build, other than for your spam skill that you're going to be farming with. Base lightning damage is 1100, which is not very good, but, you know, it's pre everything. You do have a lot of resistance reduction in this build, and just leveling this build is Word of Pain up to this point. Like, Word of Pain into, like, Vire's Might or Vire's Might, anything. Like, Vire's Might, Word of Pain is definitely how I would level this build. It's very simple. Alright. Alright, so this is the second starter build theorycraft. I don't remember exactly how I had this build before, but this is the Paladin, like Rune Callister Paladin. It's mainly focusing on lightning damage. I forgot to add augments. Resistance augments would probably be just as good because it's mostly a caster. You're not really doing any real weapon damage. So probably pierce resistance, I believe, is going to be your lowest. Yeah. For this one, or for your what's it called? For your shield, I'd probably put a Aether Res one, like the salt as your component until you get like better components at least. Assault's really good. Lightning damage. And for this one, make sure you get the OA lightning damage one because that's really nice to have. Even if you don't have any what's it called? Weapon damage skills, which we are using Empowered Nova until we can get either Chain Lightning or Seal of Destruction or Seal of the Skies to get a better one, but Empowered Nova is not bad, especially because you kind of want to sit still anyway to sit on your Inquisitor's Seal and to drop Rune Callisters. You can pre-drop Rune Callisters before bosses or between boss phases, and it will pretty much one-shot the boss. You can farm this from a vendor and get a good double rare one. You're not going to be able to get a good triple rare one from the the league, but you can get a good double rare one. Same thing with the rings, you can get a good double rare one. You can get a good double rare Balger's Heart. These are all farmed in the same place. Helmet's easy to get. Necklace is very easy to get. These are faction pieces. Chest is very easy to get. Dreeg's pants are very easy to get. You can also farm this belt from the same place you get the rings. Martin's Crest is the most pain in the ass to get in this build, and the shoulders at least, because the shoulders are kind of really hard to get, because you got to go kill a boss for this. But overall, and any other shoulders would do. You could get any of the elemental or lightning damage shoulders. And it's just, you have Word of Renewal, you have Word of Pain, you have Stormbox. So you're keeping your Word of Pain and Stormbox on enemies. Word of Pain is pretty much what you're going to use to clear random mobs, because it'll clear the whole screen. Stormbox is going to be a pretty big damage boost between your other stuff. And you only got to recast them every, 8 seconds? Yeah, 6, 7, 8 seconds. Main damage is Rune of Callister. Then you have Artifact Handling for total damage modified. Kind of standard lightning stuff. Because you have the shield, you don't need Elemental Storm. So you can actually get more things like Dryad, Tsunami, and you can get all of Korvac. So Korvac's giving you minus OA/DA, so it's more defensive and offensive here, as well as Stormbox is giving you more OA, or OA shred as well. You get, percent resistance here, and you get fumble here, which is really nice, especially if you're going to be sitting in some attacks. Base 15% Phys Res, but you have a shield, so it's easy to get a lot more Phys Res. Decent CC resist, not great. You need more slow resist and freeze resist, but stun resist is not bad. You could get a little bit more. Elemental resist will be really easy to get with this gear, with these types of gear. The things you probably need to put augments on is for Aether and Chaos. You're not really going to get very much Aether and Chaos. Same thing with Poison and Piercing. I would use the chest and legs for Piercing and Bleed, and then use Boots, Belt for Poison. And then, of course, Gloves, I'd probably use Restless Remains to get more cast speed, life regen and stuff, and more energy. But yeah, base kind of lightning damage without any modifiers is 1300. It's not great, but it's not bad. And your electrocute damage is plus 1000, which is really good with no modifiers. This has a lot of dot damage. So, after you do your initial burst and your resilience runs out, you could just run away and kite for a little bit and just watch the boss or monster tick away. This is a really good starter build. And this is good in base game, not just in the season. So I would recommend this one. I doubt it's going to change very much. Alright, we'll move on to the next one. Alright. What did I call that last one? Shit. Let's close that. Blitz Warlord before Season 6 changes. Starter build. Not for children. Okay. Grouped on. Public. Go. I should probably schedule these, but I don't care that much. Alright, so this is going to be the first recommended build that's only with season items, and I don't know how much of this is going to change. This is going to be a druid. Where's it at? For Kalidor's Tempest. Kalidor's Tempest druid. I'd probably put points here, maybe. Just to get that attack. The rest of the points here. Okay. Alright. What else would I do with this? I might need another skill for devotion proccing. Scandras. The Kalidor's Tempest. Oh, I need green. Wind Devil. We need red, right? First we need Kraken. This Wendigo Totem probably. Wait, what am I planning on using for this? I have nothing. That's a good question. So probably not going to be using this then. I mean, I might. So what I'll probably have to do is I'll probably have to get another totem. Yeah, Storm Totem. What am I going to take points out of this? Just get 1 point in Storm Totem. Storm Totem. even sphere. Yeah. I want to get crab. But I need 4. Yellow. I don't need the green though. Versus this. Energy regen is pretty nice on this build though. And then crab. Oh no. Crab. Is there any purples I can get that are not going to be breaking the bank? I don't need this anymore, though I do miss getting this on. McDrogan's Pact. Stonecaller's Pact. I should have stun resistance almost maxed. Yeah, stun resistance is fine. Can't really at this point though. Health, defensive abilities, stun resist, vitality resist. I think that's what I would go with. Makes it quite a bit tankier. If I could remove this, that would be nice. Cold damage. Oh yeah, because I kind of want to get this, despite not really having anything to put it on. I'd probably put this on Arcane Will then, if I could get this. But I need 6. Where could I get 6 from? 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 5. I don't need 6. I need 5. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can't really do that. I can't do that. That sucks. Yeah, this seems about what I would take for now. It gives me quite a lot of defensive ability. Very tanky build. I gotta go soon, so this is gonna be the last thing I'm gonna make today. 200 mace. Cold damage. I wish this had the option to just show the only the final ones. Devastation not using any of these helmets good. OFF, I could use that, but no. No. Absolute zero, not using that one. Star Pack, not using that. So essentially just any of these helmets would do. It's gonna be like, this is a Hara set build, like it's made to go into the Hara set, essentially. Pneumatic Burst. Where's this one come from? Heavy Looter would probably be, no, that's... This guy's not that hard to farm, from what I remember. It turns acid to cold, if you get any acid stuff. Where's this guy at? This guy is... the High Priest. Temple of Osir. Oh yeah, this is the what's it called? The Temple of Osir guy? Oh yeah, that's not that bad. He's not that bad. It's elemental. I could probably check elemental damage too. Let's save that for now. We'll go back for elemental damage in a second. Cold damage. Which necklace did I want? This is the OFF. It's telling me to use OFF in this build, essentially. Yeah. Tornado, Blade Trap, Devastation, Star Pack. Cold damage. Magi armor. Cold to acid, don't want that. Aether to vitality is meh. Mirror. We actually want this one. The Raging Tempest is nice. Not Panetti's. Raging Tempest, yeah, these are nice. Cold converted to lightning, that is not nice, let's not do that. Maelstrom. Yeah, probably these shoulders, the Bismil shoulders. Let's see elemental damage. Elemental damage. These are cold and elemental damage. And frostburn. It's essentially the same though. Flat elemental damage on the helm, this would be better. Even if I'm not using devastation. Yeah, this would be a better helmet. We could check the chest, but I doubt there's going to be a better chest than the Raging Tempest. Inquisitor Seal, Heart of Wrath. No. Yeah, none of these are better. These probably better shoulders though. Elemental balance. These are actually pretty good. Offensive ability, good starting point. Living rings, because you can vendor farm these. What Arcanist belt do we have? We have Acid to Elemental. Okay, yeah. Let's take that one, the new Arcanist belt. Arcanist. Haunt. Haunt is kind of a pain in the ass to make, though. That's the problem with Haunt. Solisle. You want the attack damage converted to health on this build. Faction. Cast speed. Faction. These. Okay. Need 650. So 700 physique. That's fine. Rest of spirit. We have Wind Devils are permanent on this build. That's the other thing. This Drieg. Cold damage, cold stone. Take the lightning because the lightning is converted to cold, so the flat lightning does help on this build. Yeah, that's how the build would probably play. Rift Tear, Mirror, Nullification, Storm Totem, that's alright. Yeah. And it has 11% lifesteal starting. I'd definitely use Restless Remains here. because it needs the energy. So 14% lifesteal, 148% casting speed without any augments, 1800 cold damage without any augments, 26% fizz res. Yeah, it's a good starting point. Okay. Alright, the last of my just basic starter builds before the season patch comes out is the Cold Kalidor's Tempest Druid. This build switches into a Hara's build later on, but it starts out pretty strong anyway. It doesn't have very much health as usual because it's an Arcanist build, but it does get a decent amount because it gets the brute force, which gives you flat lightning damage and flat health. With this build, you get a decent amount of lifesteal, 14% kind of starting, and you get 148% cast speed with 1800 cold damage. Your frostburn is only 1600. That's not too bad. And you have 26% starting fizz res. Decent CC res. You need more trap and petrify res, but good starting stun res, overcapped Aether, overcapped Vitality, a little bit overcapped bleeding, need a little more bleeding. Decent amount on Elemental, but you'll definitely get overcapped Elemental with a cold or any type of Elemental build. So you'll probably just need Chaos and Poison as your two kind of primary kind of things you need to build on. And yeah, this build primarily it spams Cold Kalidor's Tempest. Aether and Fire are converted through this, and while you have Stormcaller's Pact, all your lightning is converted to Cold as well. This weapon also makes Wind Devil permanent, so you don't have to keep casting Wind Devil. We have Storm Totem just to proc a Devotion, and we have Wendigo Totem to give us more lifesteal and to proc a Devotion. There's not too many buttons on this build. Essentially, it's just you drop your two totems, and then you just spam Kalidor's Tempest. It's got decent OA for starting without any affixes or anything. 2300 OA is not bad. High energy as well. Not too many. Need more points into Kalidor's Tempest, but that's not so bad. You could put points into Alexia's Flash Freeze. Like, you could use Flash Freeze to proc Devotions instead of Storm Totem, and that's probably recommended for a lot of things. Storm Totem procs a little bit better, but we have gear that gives Alexia's Flash Freeze minus cold res, so that's kind of nice to have. Maxed out this. For Devotions, it's not finalized yet, but it's very defensive. You get Crab, you get Kraken, you get Blizzard, then you come down here to get Wayward Soul to get that healing and defensive ability and armor, which is really nice to have. You have Behemoth, you have Crab to give you more armor damage absorption. Of course, you have Roland's Crown, you have Empty Throne. So yeah, just overall kind of defensive, and you're using Rumor as your primary thing. I'd probably swap Wendigo Totem here for Storm Totem, and then maybe put Storm Totem wherever the other thing was that I just took off. Here. Or put Wendigo Totem here. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. I might actually just put, what's it called here? Alexia's Flash Freeze or something. If it can even be put there. I don't think it can. Because it can't crit. No, it can't crit. But yeah, something like that. But yeah, that's the build for it. There's no real good helmet. The chest is okay. The shoulders are okay. And the necklace is kind of mad. That's the only reason you'd use OFF. This is all replaced with Hara set, like Hara Helm, Hara that. but I'll put a link to the horror version, which is essentially just horror gear replacing these three things. Once you get the horror helmet, you craft the 4 pieces, and it's a very solid set. Anyways, I'll put the Grim tools below. Alright, that's the last of them. Grim Dawn starter build. If I change it, is it AARA? I think maybe ARA. HARRA. Oh, because it's legendary. HARRA. That's right. Probably still just update this though. To Escondra's balance, because you're definitely going to have Escondra's balance by the time you have the horror set just from farming. And that changes this a bit. Yes, that's maxed out. That's the same. That's the same. All essentially the same. Yeah. Grim Dawn RPG. Shaman. Yeah, it's fine. Grim Dawn. Alright,